Hi, I'm Dorothy Gable, and this is the Dorothy Gable Books YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about how you, the author, are the first editor and the one responsible for making sure that the details are correct before you send it on to your other editors. First, you got to write the draft, and that's when you take your editor hat off and just write. Not worrying about whether it's correct yet. Just write. It's much easier to edit and improve something that's already written than it is to start with a blank piece of paper. So push past and go ahead and write it. Once you're farther enough in, then you can start going back through and review as you add later chapters. Especially with fiction, it's very important that you begin this editing process before you complete the book, because that way, as things happen, then you and the story develops. Certain things come to mind that you never even thought of as you were trying to plot it out before. So go ahead. Now you're going to write a chapter, then you're going to back through and you're going to review, you're going to look at styling, you're going to look at pacing in conjunction with the genre that you're writing in, and then you're going to be adding the detail that you need to know in order for it to feel real for your reader. And this is where I'm going to talk about keeping track of your data points. You want them to be accurate and consistent and correct. Now, this is fiction, so you can create names. You can create place names. You can create a whole town or a prison or whatever, but it's got to be connected to the real world so that your reader can connect with it. So the points where it's connected to the real world, you need to be consistent with it. If this city is in the center of Iowa, it's going to look and feel different than if it was out in the deserts of New Mexico. So you have to be aware of these various places. If you're in January, what's the average temperature? So now you're going to be doing all this online research. And then as you're putting in these points, especially the names, the places, characteristics of your characters, put them in Excel. That way you can track and make sure that you're consistent from one to the other. It's really great to have online research, despite as well as all the research that you can do in libraries, because you've got YouTube. If you've never been to Albuquerque, New Mexico, you can still type in Albuquerque, New Mexico on YouTube, and you can get several videos that are based on what it's like to visit or to visit a fair there. What does an airport look like as you're flying in to Zurich? Well, you go to YouTube and someone will actually have a video about what the Zurich airport looks like, or the Euro train, what it looks like as people go on to those trains in Europe. So it's very helpful in helping you have realistic feeling scenes and actions. So you want to get your facts right and include the details that are going to help your readers connect and get the right amount of details. Adding it as you go. Once you have the whole book complete, having edited multiple times, then you can hand it off to your technical editor, who's going to fix grammar mistakes, correct some awkward phrasing. Once you get it back from her and everything's in, then you can send it on to your beta readers. Hopefully Megan will be able to catch some of your other mistakes. I had one, there was quite a bit of football in there. I handed it to a friend who is really good with football, and he fixed some of my glaring errors on that. And I really appreciated the fact that he helped me with it. So go ahead, write. Don't be afraid to use your imagination and go many places where you haven't been, just as long as you utilize what's available today in order to do your research. And I found that Google Maps and Google Earth are really great, because then you can get distances between places, and then keying that in with, let's say, the range and speed of an airplane, you can figure out exactly how things will go. And also you want to do time studies as well. So in one chapter in one of my books, I wanted my character to travel quite extensively, but have to be back at a certain time. So I put in the points where he was leaving, how he would go to France, and then up to Essen, Germany, and then back down home again. And I thought he could handle it in like the 18 hours. Well, it turns out that's a 36-hour journey at best. So I had to rewrite the scene and get it so that it would fit, so that he shows up at work on time Monday morning. If you want to know what homes look like in a certain area, just go to a realtor website, and then you can have virtual tours of many different types of homes. So you know what kind of homes are in what parts of a city, whether the south end, is it wealthy or is it run down? But have fun with it. It's just a real joy that we have all these resources available. Our next video is going to look at building your own creative team. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my videographer and my helper, my producer, Ralph Gable, creator of Electronics, an inquisitive experimenter.